'cause the fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys.
With the boys. Hello, this is WIUX LP Bloomington. You're listening to the Boys Cold One Hour. We're so glad you're here with us tonight. I'm Clay.
I'm Billy.
I'm Jonathan.
And sit back, relax, and open a cold one and just hang out with us for an hour. Who are those boys on the radio? They've got some cold ones and their own show. Open up your ears, listen to us. Forget your fears, there's no need to fuss, 'cause the fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys. With the boys. What's going on?
So for all you, thank you all for listening.
Yeah, thank you all for listening.
Looks like there might be some back studio ongoings on here.
So Sergey, can you give us a quick update? What's going on? Is it working or what's going on?
Oh yeah, there's just a slight delay there for some reason.
Oh, there's a slight delay.
Okay.
They're supposed to be there.
Yes.
We're good.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So we're all good. Sorry,
Sweet.
that was called a cold one scare.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen again.
No,
Almost a blunder.
That was a
but
joke,
not quite,
right?
you know.
That was a
just a joke.
Yeah. That's the first joke of the day.
October practical joke. You know, in
Yeah,
October
hey,
people start doing
it's
pranks.
October 1st. Well,
October 1st.
it's not October 1st.
October Fool. That's
October
it.
Fool.
Yeah, he just fooled you all. He thought it was the first.
You fooled me.
It's technically the 4th because it's midnight. Tuesday, and you're listening
yeah.
to the Boys Cold One Hour like you do every single week. And
Thank
we're
you
so glad
so
will.
much.
Like you will every single week because you love hearing us. So please grab a cold one, like we already asked.
Follow
Your
us
favorite
on
type.
Twitter at Boys Cold One Hour.
Yeah, follow us
if
on
you're
Twitter.
not already.
Facebook.
Tweet us with the hashtag Cold One Boys.
The gram.
The Instagram, definitely. You should definitely Instagram pictures of us and pictures of yourself listening to us, or pictures of yourself wearing official Cold One Boys merchandise, which hasn't been made yet. But if you
can make your own. Just write it on a white T-shirt. Boys Cold One Hour.
Yeah, just get a white T-shirt, type Boys Cold One Hour on it, and you're good. So, first of all, shout out to Bristol and her show Garage Pod. She does an amazing job every week, like this week. So, give it up for Bristol. We hope you listened to her before us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. In addition, we have another really special thing.
Very
happening
special
today for the
announcement,
show.
yes.
A new special guest for today's episode. We had Sergey last week. That was wildly successful, very popular.
Fan favorite.
Yeah,
always.
fan favorite, of course. And now we have another very
He was
special
actually,
guest.
this is actually our manager last week. He had
Yes.
he put on a happy birthday mask around his face. He looked like a bird a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
That was some behind the scenes cold
Yeah,
one
little
action for you.
scoop.
Little scoop. So how about you introduce yourself, Jay Shukla?
Hey everybody, thank you. I'm Jay, friends with these guys obviously, and Clay and I are actually living together this semester, so
Yeah.
We
we're
are
all
living together.
good friends.
We bought a house together.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
It's good to know.
We didn't really understand the rental thing. We accidentally bought an entire house. So
Yeah, it was a mistake, you know. I just got a little bit ahead of myself there,
exactly.
I guess.
But mortgages last like 30 years. So when me and Jay are 50s, we'll be totally fine. We might actually want to stay in the house anyways.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was thinking we'd like move out to Bloomington, raise our families together, you know, it'd be great.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, Jay, I want to learn just a little bit more about you. This is something that we ask all of our guests. What is your favorite cold one?
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a
good
Favorite
question.
cold one.
Good
That's
question.
a great question. So, you know, I'm like a typically like a water type of guy.
Okay.
But
That
just
low-cal
when I'm
cold one?
low cal, but when I'm like really feeling adventurous, I love a good vitamin water.
Okay.
Squeeze, please.
Squeeze,
That's
yeah.
honestly Jay's motto is
Yeah.
squeezed, please.
Well,
Yeah.
also his other motto is "Holy cow, dude!"
Holy cow, dude! Usually when he's losing or winning at a video game, sometimes.
A little insight into the life of Jay Shukla.
Yeah, Jay Shukla,
yeah,
you know,
thank
you're probably your new favorite cold one. You're tearing up your posters of me and Billy and Jonathan off of your wall.
Getting rid of your stuffed animals. of
your
all of
your
us.
husband pillow shaped like us, throwing it away, and you're replacing it with a Jay pillow. So Jay, don't bring too much attention to yourself. If you
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean.
So you know Jay, you know all of us. So
Let's get right into it.
got a great show
Some
prepared
cold
for you
ones, yeah,
guys.
It's gonna be amazing. Very special show.
So we're gonna start off with the boy wonder and the boy blunder of the week.
Oh, my favorite.
Every week we have a certain person who did, the best boy for that week. He did something really wondrous, did something really great. And we also have the boy Blunder.
He did something pretty blunderous.
I'm 3 times running on both of those accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan
See if I can
actually is
keep that up.
Yeah, he's got a 3 streak. So
He's the 3-time and only Boy Wonder and Blunder champion.
I'm the
exactly.
only one, yeah.
So I can't wait to hear him get it again this week.
Man, I
All
can't
right,
wait.
so-
It's going to be good.
At least the blunder. He's definitely getting
This
the
makes
blunder.
my week every time.
All right, so this week's Boy Wonder is Clay Catlin. Wow.
crazy.
I'll give up the crown this one time. You know.
I've never been the Boy Wonder before.
Wow,
This is
yeah,
exciting.
oh man, I'm the
All
only one
right.
who hasn't been the Boy Wonder. Well,
Yeah, I know.
the reason
He deserves
why-
it for sure.
Yeah, the reason
I
why
really
is
deserved
so
it.
earlier today we a couple of us we went to the Union Street C store.
One of the best C-stores on campus.
Yeah, one of the best C stores on
If
campus.
you got meal
Highly
points, go
recommend.
and spend them all there.
Exactly. Unfortunately, some people did not have meal points or didn't have their ID, and that was
Right.
Jay, our guest.
Our guest, Jay,
sorry.
shame on
No,
you.
no. It's okay. It's okay. And then
Not shame on you.
Sergey, our manager, you know both of them. So they really wanted some, some sweets, some candy, like a Twinkie, a donut. I don't know. You guys got a bunch of stuff. I actually did not get anything. So I mean, I'm not a boy wonder. I'm not a boy blunder. I'm just
He's a boy like lukewarm.
boy neutral. Yeah,
Boy neutral.
Exactly. So Clay generously paid for them.
Oh,
And another great thing about Clay is like,
I pay for their candy, right?
yeah, you pay for
I don't eat candy.
all their candy, and Clay doesn't eat candy. He never eats anything unhealthy like that because, I mean, Clay's cholesterol level is just miraculous. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like contrary to the belief of many people's moms, Clay Catlin has one of the best cholesterols I've ever seen. We tested it. We
One of
got
the lowest, yeah.
We got on a machine. In fact, you had no cholesterol. They actually, it was actually really unhealthy. The doctors were like, "Oh shoot!" Like they prescribed you like cholesterol pills.
I'm
or
cholesterol free.
something.
Yeah, they hooked me up straight to cholesterol machine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get pumped in 24/7.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it's better to be on that end than too much.
exactly.
Because,
I might as well be eating negative Cheerios or something.
Exactly. So that's why Clay's the boy wonder.
Well, I
just
really like
really
Big
great
Boy.
cholesterol,
Well, and-
really generous.
Like just to kind of add to that, I was feeling really bad, to be honest. I had like so much candy, like 4 Reese's cups. I had
Exactly.
some Skittles, and like I really wanted the Twinkies, but I just felt so fat. Like I'm holding all this stuff. Who is this kid? Who is this weird,
Yeah.
Indian lanky kid
Okay.
in Union
Trying to
with all
get
this
thick,
candy?
you know?
Yeah, I know
get thick.
something. So Clay generously offered to hold some of my candy.
I'm okay with people thinking I have high cholesterol, even though I know I don't.
He like took the hit for me, and that was
I
really
took the
kind.
hit for him.
That's really nice of you.
Yeah. I thank you. I thought I deserved Boy Wonder this week.
yeah, and now it's time for boy blunder.
Blunder, yeah,
Jonathan,
this is
do you
great.
wanna announce that award?
Wait, Jonathan's gonna announce himself.
Ooh.
Well,
I mean, not
okay.
this. I think I might.
I don't like all these
be
crazy
good this week.
changes.
So this week, the boy blunder is Clay
Catlin. What?
Wow,
What?
dude.
How about the Boy Wonder?
Jonathan's no more for
No.
the
How about,
blunder.
what did I do?
And,
Streak is ended. I've broken the curse.
What did I do?
congratulations, Jonathan. Once again, I never win any of the awards, good or bad, I guess.
Wait, I want to know what blunder I committed.
all right,
You're
so
the clean cut boy.
So Jay can attest to this.
Oh, Jay, stab me in the
Okay,
back.
So
Well, I thought we were gonna start a life
earlier
together.
today, before we went to that C store, we went to Taco Bell. And if you're an avid viewer of the show, you by now realize
A
we
lot
go
of
there
stuff happens at Taco
a
Bell.
lot.
Yeah.
But basically, we sat down and like Clay like spilled the contents of his taco like all over the side of like the wall.
Yeah, the innards
Like,
just kind of
like the innards of the taco just splattered everywhere.
It was totally out of nowhere. I don't know if he like missed his mouth or something.
It missed
I don't
my
even
mouth.
know
yeah,
how
what was
that
going on
happens.
with that, man?
It was embarrassing.
And then, like afterwards, I think you dropped your tray or something when we were all getting up to throw our garbage.
Well, the worst
You were
thing
just-
was I was so excited for my taco, and all the innards came out, so I just had to eat like
just splattered everywhere.
a taco shell with the juice partly soaked in. Very disappointing. But still, I don't think deserves boy blunder. But that's up to the judges, the inner circle,
Our
the
panel
boys.
of experts.
But there's a theory that Clay did it on purpose because the innards have a lot of
Cholesterol, yeah.
Yeah, a taco
right.
shell actually can lower your cholesterol like nobody's business. What you need is the juices from the ground beef and the cheese.
Yeah, so here's this guy.
and the mild Taco Bell sauce.
When I see a guy eating a taco shell that has only taco juice in it, that's pretty blunderous in my opinion. But I don't know.
Okay.
We actually did have a poll on Twitter today.
Yeah, which was not related to to anyone picking anybody.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I did lose the
It was a
boys'
prediction.
wonderful.
I believe. I don't know what the most recent stats were. Last time I checked, though, Clay was. Most people were guessing Clay, and
I had half of the
You
vote.
actually were right.
You're right, yeah.
Complete coincidence. That
No,
actually being serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like being serious.
I really did spill my innards spill
you
my
guys.
guts.
You guys are really good.
I've heard of spilling your guts,
You
but
guys
this is
know us.
ridiculous.
You guys know us. You know who to vote for.
Exactly. You know who is never going to commit a blunder again. So you're like, we might as well get him this week because I don't mess up. But so it looks like it is 12:10. Time to play a song. Take a quick break from you. We'll miss you.
Musical
but we hope
interlude.
This is a special song we picked out for today's theme, and we hope you really love it.
Yeah, don't go away. We've got a great topic.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Candles fire carries a good name. What would you ask a campfire? It scares me just the same. And you've had it all along. An endless need for games. Just don't forget our candles fire is only just a flame. It's certain from afar, failed to pull my weight, but you were like, we traveled through the fog to arrive at our front gate. Tonight we rest beside the fire, a smile upon your face. Just don't forget our candles fire is only just a carry on that way, if the wooden show and the creases on your face, if you should go, would you carry on my name? Just let it blow in the fog, Bishop's Lane.
Hey, and we're back. You're listening to the Boys Coal 1 Hour, and that song you just heard was "The Candles Fire" by Beirut. A great song.
Great
actually.
song.
It was really cool.
Awesome. We were all
Yeah.
jamming here in the
Trumpets,
studio.
yeah.
We picked it out specially, but we really love that song. And now it's time to introduce today's topic. A topic that I think everyone had a story about if you ask them, which is weird sleeping arrangements. These are sleeping arrangements that are not typical laying in bed in your room going to sleep. Anything past that, but as you'll discover, a lot of the stories we have are way past that. So, weird sleeping arrangements is the topic. I'll first hand it to another host, Billy.
Oh, okay.
What is your experience with weird sleeping arrangements?
I definitely have had some experience with weird sleeping arrangements. In fact, I know a lot of them involve other people here.
Yeah, pretty much all of them
Definitely.
probably.
Yeah. So let's think here. I mean, we've got a good, pretty funny one involving both you and Jay.
Oh no!
I mean, it's not like bad.
Is it a blunder?
It's not a blunder.
Okay.
It's not a blunder. But Jay, do you remember? So Jay, last year we all lived together. We in the dorms, you know.
Yeah. It's a 2-person dorm, but 3 or 4 can fit pretty
Exactly.
3 or 4 did fit.
And let's just say we made it happen. So Jay actually, at like the second semester, about halfway through the semester, Jay actually moved his mattress. Me and Sergey were roommates last year, and Jay actually moved his mattress into our room and just, lived there the entire time. And Clay, you actually did, spend quite a while.
I moved in there later. Usually it was either me sleeping in Sergey's bed. He opted to sleep on the floor a lot, or me and Jay sleeping in the same bed.
We always it was basically just like 3 mattresses, 4 people sleeping in the room.
And non-predetermined arrangements.
Yeah, it would just it'd be like sometimes
one time me and Jay both slept in your bed, actually, and you
Yeah.
slept on the floor.
Yeah, well, the floor on Jay's mattress, though.
Right, exactly. So it became a permanent 4-person room. It was very, very
And
fun.
Jay has the best, sleeping arrangement possible because he has a jean comforter.
He is the most comfortable.
It's so
in the
comfortable.
entire
It's-
room.
that's like my entire childhood.
More on that jean comforter later.
Yeah,
Trust
definitely. We'll
But
talk
yeah.
about that. Hang on to your socks.
Definitely hang on your socks. But yeah, that was a really, really fun period of my life.
It was. And the funny thing was, there would be periods of time where, all 4 of us would sleep in the room, and there were only 3 mattresses, but we would never have someone, actually sleeping not on a mattress or sleeping together because we actually, people's
snuggled.
sleeping schedules were so off.
Oh, yeah, that was true.
That, we never actually had 4 people
Especially,
sleeping
the
at a
last
time.
few weeks of
It's
school.
People would be getting up as other people were going to sleep. It was crazy. It was crazy. But we did, Jay and Clay, you guys shared a bed many times, right?
We did. It was chaos. I shared a bed with Sergey a few times, too.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been known to share beds with Sergey and Jay.
Yeah, and I actually specifically remember a time where
Actually, just shared a bed with Jay before we got here. We were both doing a little nap.
Actually, that's true. Yeah,
It's very true.
Actually.
No, but I actually remember a time where I was sleeping in Sergey's bed that night because I think you and Jay were sleeping in my bed.
We were both in Billy's mattress.
I woke up in the
For some reason, Sergey's mattress was free, definitely.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just would rather bunk up together.
Yeah. Well, I woke up in the middle of the night and I looked next to me and Sergey was up because, like I said, a lot of the time there were not everyone was sleeping at the same time, and so I just was like, oh, I want that jean comforter. I'm just gonna switch where I'm sleeping. So in the middle of the night, just roll over off of Sergey's bed into Jay's. pretty fun time.
Very fun time in our lives,
Definitely.
definitely. My weird sleeping arrangements come from... I've had a lot of weird sleeping arrangements in my life. I'm in, big families, so, anytime you take a trip, there's always weird sleeping arrangements. Sleeping on the floor, sleeping under the bed, sleeping outside, sleeping in the bathtub,
Oh,
Not sleeping at all.
bathtub.
Keeping watch over your family because you're, in danger. But,
You're the man.
because I'm the man of the house, yeah. Don't tell my dad that, please. He's not listening. He's not listening though. He's in jail. But
What? Okay, I feel like we should clarify that.
we should clarify that my dad is not in jail for a violent crime. He is in jail for a devious crime, but a cool crime. Very cool crime.
What was
Anyway,
that cool crime?
Cool crime involving, let's just say it was involving several mattress stores across the country and ripped tags, if you know what I mean. He ripped the tags off of mattresses and they sent him to jail for...
Oh, so this actually is related to...
Yeah, so they gave him 10 years for each mattress tag he ripped off. So my dad's
that's pretty fair.
his triple life sentence is 300 years. But my weird sleeping arrangements is when I would wake up in the morning before school, in middle school, my mom would wake me up because obviously my dad was in jail. She'd come and wake me up and I still hate waking up. I hate waking
it's
up.
the
I'm so
worst.
tired.
Yeah,
I think everybody does, but I'm so miserable. And I was so rude to my mom. I'd like to apologize to my mom for being so mean in the morning to her and so grouchy. So she'd finally jostle me out of bed and I would go to my bathroom and I'd lock the door so she couldn't disturb me. And I'd get all the towels in my bathroom and put them all down on the floor. So I made a little towel bed on the tile floor. And I would just go back to sleep on the bathroom floor for...
man.
Really? I had an interesting. I had an interesting. I wake up. It was literally like 5 a.m. and I'm just like asleep. I just wake up in this bathtub, and I was like so tired. Like I still had some of my clothes on, even like I don't even know. Like so, don't worry though. The water was not running, so like there's no spilling or anything like that.
Wait, the water wasn't running?
No.
Was there any water in the bathtub?
There was like a little bit of
So
water.
you're like waiting and sleeping.
I had like I was so sick and so tired. I just fell asleep in this bathtub. Like it was bad, but
Very
that was an interesting
really funny.
sleeping.
I mean, sleeping. I feel like sleeping in bathrooms is pretty common.
It's pretty-
especially when,
I mean,
especially when you're tired and sick. Definitely.
Yeah, not a good look though, but
Maybe
you gotta do what you gotta do.
the partly submerged, still wearing clothes bathtub look is.
that was
But I mean, like,
There's been worse.
that was pretty bad.
the like towels on the floor, laying on the bathroom floor, yelling at your mom to leave you alone. Also, not a very good look at all. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, generally weird sleeping arrangements don't bring about the best looks in people. So, we'd love to talk more about this topic, and we will later, but now it's time for our first segment. Is it our yeah,
First, yeah.
Our first segment of the hour, which is my segment, which is Clay, Catlin, Philip Hilly's fast
Flick.
fic flags. So,
Right.
what?
The movie facts.
The movie facts that you love to hear, the flash flick flags. So, today's fact involves a movie, Jaws. You might have seen it. It's kind of a boring old movie, you know, one of those ones you want to sleep through. You know, I mean, in my opinion, from the year about 1999 to about 2004 or so was the golden age of movies. You know, you had movies like The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bug's Life and like The Cat in the Hat 2. So to me, that was really the pinnacle, the golden age of film, if you want to say that. So I was watching Jaws with my grandpa or something, trying to stay awake. And I realized something. I've actually seen one of my favorite movies is a sequel to this movie, this shark movie, Jaws.
They made a
Obviously,
Jaws sequel?
Yeah, obviously Jaws is about a shark. Well, I think they made a few Jaws sequel, but this is a kind of a whole remake. It's a different way to view Jaws.
Like a reimagining, right?
A reimagining of Jaws.
Reboot.
Live action.
A live action reimagining of Jaws called Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I don't know if you've seen this movie. It's one of my It's one of my very favorite movies. So in this movie, you see, I think the shark's name is Jaws. Mm-hmm. You see a reimagining of Jaws as this cool, like, punk kid with spiky hair, you know. He's fighting against his dad. He's this big electrical dad on a TV screen. So that's actually probably my favorite movie, if not one of my favorite movies. So to me, knowing that part of, like, movie history, that a boring movie that nobody likes like Jaws could be involved in one of America's favorite movies, Shark Boys and Lava Girl.
Wow.
Really meant a lot to me. Definitely.
It's a really great fact.
Great fact.
Thank you. Yeah, really. Thank you.
That is my fast flick fact of the evening. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, unofficial or official, you decide, sequel to Jaws.
Sweet. All right. So now we're going to move on to our next segment, which is our special guest segment featuring Jay Shukla. Jay, do you want to describe what you're about to do here?
Yeah, all right. So welcome everybody to the first ever Jay's Juicy Jibber Jabber.
Juicy.
We're glad you tuned in, and you won't be disappointed, because today we have all the rumors, gossip, and of course jibber jabber your slightly nefarious brain's desire.
Oh.
So the way this game works is, I hear a rumor, but I don't know the full story. So I need you guys to suggest the most outlandish, slightly fabricated explanations so I can systematically spread the shocking news to all 200,227,563 of my Facebook friends. The person with the best story wins a point.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
It's a point-based game, yeah.
kind of like Sergey's game last week, you know.
People
you guys
love that game, yeah.
Gain points, and the winner has the most points, of course. All right, so you guys ready?
I'm
We're
ready.
so ready.
Ready.
All right. So last Tuesday, the morning after the last Boys Cold One Hour, a little birdie told me Becca and Harper, childhood neighbors and sworn friends for life, decided to never speak to one another ever again. What could have possibly caused that? What could have possibly caused this that fateful Monday night?
Okay. I think I know what caused this.
All right, go ahead.
So Beck and Harper, right? So they've been friends forever. Ever since they were little kids, they were dreaming about one day being on the Boys Cold 1 Hour. You know, one day being part of the show. Ever since they were like little babies. So, and it's no surprise that Becca is a little bit of a Jonathan head. She's a fan of Jonathan.
Oh.
She has all his posters.
I like that. Yeah, Becca hit me up after.
All right,
No,
Jonathan.
I'm joking.
Jonathan's on the prowl.
No, I'm not on.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
yeah,
a
he's a
little
prowler.
bit.
But Harper is a sworn Clay head, Clay fanatic. So she's a fan of me.
Okay.
All right.
She has all my merchandise. And so they listened to an episode of The Boys Cold 1 Hour, like they do every Monday, together. They always do it together. And Jonathan, who's Becca? Becca has her Jonathan shirt on. Harper has her Clay shirt on. And then they hear,
Where them Billy shirts at?
well, okay, can I finish? Well, then they keep listening and they hear a beautiful voice across the radio wavelengths going straight into their home, and it's Billy's voice. And they right away tear up all their Clay merchandise, all their Jonathan merchandise, and both try and get stock of the Billy shirts. Now, it's no surprise that Billy's kind of an obscure cold one to like, so there's technically only one of Billy's shirts in stock, unlike me and Jonathan's.
I
Like,
was voted in that Twitter poll least likely to be the blunder. So
you know,
I think it's safe to say that people like me.
I think
Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, they just think you're so boring you couldn't.
Exactly.
No, that's not true.
And so there's only one Billy shirt available at all. Somebody had made it on and put it on sale on like Etsy or something. So they both got in a huge fight about who would get the shirt. In the end, they were so angry they were ripping away at the computer, and they both spilled their cold ones all over the computer, broke it, and now nobody's getting the Billy shirt. So that is why they stopped being friends.
Oh no.
Over Billy. Billy once again put two friends against each other.
Oh man.
That's my juicy
Wow.
jibber jabber.
Might be blunderworthy.
Pretty juicy.
Me, I don't know, man. The week's over. But anyways, okay, so I'm good friends with Becca and Harper. Oh, not really, actually. But I do happen to know that every night they do watch The Boys Cold 1 Hour. And what actually happened, I don't know what type of garbage you want to believe, but what actually happened, so Becca and Harper, they're sitting down to watch The Boys Cold 1 Hour. And then all of a sudden, they get an emergency call. Not going to go into the details, but they had to miss the show.
No way.
Yeah, so luckily they taped it on their computer ahead of time, so they were going to watch it when they came back. So they come back, 2 a.m. or something, somewhere around there, and they're gonna start watching the show. The only problem is Becca forgot that beforehand she had told her great grandpa to tape a obscure alien sighting video
Okay.
that was going to be on the air. And so
Okay.
he did that, and he taped over the.
No!
I
That is
know,
a big mistake.
but it gets worse. Harper,
How's it
on the other
worse?
hand, she had told her boyfriend to tape.
Sorry, Jonathan, she has a boyfriend.
Yeah, sorry, man.
You can't be on
to
the prowl.
tape the corn dog eating competition that was happening that night.
Featuring a certain IU basketball player?
Yeah, featuring an IU basketball player. And so, basically, he had taped over the grandpa's alien sighting footage with the corn dog eating contest. So now all there is this corn dog eating contest. In fact, the boyfriend he taped over the wrong one. She actually wanted the hot dog eating contest. He taped the corn dog.
Oh my
now,
gosh.
So now Harper's mad at Becca because she taped over with the alien footage. Becca's mad at Harper because she taped over the corn dogs or the hot dogs, and the boyfriend he taped over the. It's just a big mess. Let's just say they're not friends anymore.
Yeah, and nobody got to see the show.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna say that's not why they actually messed up. I think so. So it's Becca and Harper, right?
Becca and Harper.
I hear Becca. She's a pretty big fan of The Boys Cold 1 Hour. Now Harper, she only drinks hot drinks. Oh, forget that.
Not a hot one.
Not a hot one. So she actually joins the Hot One Mafia.
No, I hate the hot
Throwback
one
to
mafia.
last week.
No.
Throwback to when we all had that running in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Harper joined the Hot One Mafia. Becca tried to get her back onto Team Cold One. She like kept slipping her Cold One drinks, not in a weird way, but she just kept giving her cold waters. But every time she would get a cold water, she would just immediately like put it in the microwave, and she would just
my
drink
God.
it as a hot one. So just due to these differences in their taste palettes, they just could not get along anymore, and Becca and Harper are no more. They broke their BFF bracelets that they had, and
That's a shame.
Dang.
No.
Okay, well, you guys
who's gonna get
all
the point?
had really great stories.
Oh, thank you.
My Twitter will hear about this. All my followers will hear about all this gossip for sure.
Jay runs a gossip column on Twitter. Follow
But
him.
this story has to go to Jonathan, in my opinion. His story really integrated last week, the mafia, all very interesting topics.
Some important cold
all
one
very
lore.
real too.
Cold One lore.
Yeah,
for sure.
very real. Yeah, I mean he's on the prowl too. So.
Yeah. All right, so Jonathan
I
has
got that
1
edge.
point. You guys have to catch up.
let's catch up.
You
Let's
guys
go.
have another chance, though. So the other day, I was walking down Indiana Avenue itching to hear another rumor to spread. And just as I was thinking about the joy of having dirt on all your friends, I caught a brief second of a passing conversation. Jenny is never gonna set foot in the Tried-Out house again. I cannot believe she betrayed her sisters. I was hooked. What could Jenny have done to make her whole sorority turn against her?
Ooh, it's like a novel.
Oh man, what did she do?
All right. So what did Jenny do, guys?
Okay, I won't go first this time.
All right, I'll go first. So I just happen to know that Jenny, she was so she, she's just hanging out at the Tried-Out house, and then all of a sudden she hears outside there's a guy with a giant drum, and he's beating. Okay, a little bit of backstory. This guy is Sergey. This actually did happen.
No, this didn't happen.
Okay, this didn't happen. Sorry. Sergey is walking across the parking lot of the Tried-Out house. Shout out to all the Tried-Out people listening.
Basically all of them.
Yeah. Anyways, he's beating the drum and he shouts, 1 o'clock and all is well. Great job. Shout out to Sergey. Anyway, so Jenny, she's startled. She runs outside to see what all the ruckus is. And at this point, Sergey is long gone. And all the sorority sisters, this is just pure coincidence. People have actually been doing this every day for the past month. And Jenny's the only one who's hearing it. It's not always Sergey. It's always a different person. Just complete coincidence. Just, that's a normal thing to do. You go to the Tried-Out house, you bang a drum, you say 1 o'clock and all is well. And so basically, Jenny, people are like, okay, yeah, the girl who cried, guy with a drum saying 1 o'clock
and all is well.
Yeah, come on. So eventually they just got sick of her. The gossip grew and grew until, one day they just snapped. And there you go. There's a little
Jenny's
jibber jabber.
gone. She got cut.
Okay, well, I have a very different story from what I heard through my grapevine, and it was involving how Jenny was going to outdoor concert, all ages concert, in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota, featuring her favorite band, Clay and the Cold Ones, which is composed of Clay.
Okay,
no.
Let's get...
Okay, it's composed of 3 mysterious members. Nobody knows their identity. They're always wearing masks on stage, but they're called the Cold Ones, and they are Jenny's favorite band. So she's on her way to Minnesota to see them, and as she's driving down, she sees 2 girls in the middle of the street fighting, ripping out each other's hair, swinging at each other, smacking each other, and she stops the car to get out and stop them. Right, and as soon as she stops the car to get out and stop them, she sees that one of them has an empty cup from Starbucks. A typical signifier of a hot one.
For sure.
Fall straight out of her pocket.
Oh.
These 2 girls are Becca and Harper.
No way.
Yes, and out of Harper's pocket spills the Starbucks cup. Jenny goes up to the Starbucks cup, slips on it, flips 7 times in the air.
7 times?
Falls all the way over the house, falls straight down the chimney, and smashes into the TV. Where the alien abduction video that Grandpa's watching is currently playing.
Oh, no.
So she goes to her sorority and sisters and says, they have a group me. She types in group me, hey guys, can't make it to the show. I got smashed through the alien abduction. I got abducted by aliens and slipped on a cup. And they say, what happened in this? And she said, well, a member of the Hot One Mafia. And they said, wait, Hot One Mafia, you're involved with them? Yeah, you're not part of this organization anymore. We only like the Cold Ones here. Oh. So not only could she not see her favorite band, but she got kicked out of the organization, kicked out of the sorority, and now she is in Cold One exile. I'm sorry, Jenny, but that's the truth.
Dang.
Wow.
Oh, man. Okay.
What, Jonathan?
I don't know.
Speechless.
I'm speechless. I think Clay's was... I heard the same story, actually.
Really?
What? You're allowed to do that?
You heard the same story? That's insane. It must be true, I guess. I mean, dang.
Wait,
same story as me.
So you had a really great story. Jonathan agrees. He heard the same story.
Oh, man.
So, this round's going to have to go to Clay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Boy blunder? More like boy
All right.
blunder.
Jonathan and Clay both have 1.
Oh,
Come on,
no.
we're trying to get you to catch up.
Do we have time for one more question, or should we go to the
Time
next
for one
segment?
more, or no?
Maybe one more quick one. We can say one.
A really quick one.
One
The
sentence.
excuse is 1 sentence.
1 sentence.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. So
That's
last
the condition.
one, and get ready, because this one's a shocker. So Trevor is a grade A bro. He played football in Little League. He can touch the basketball rim. He has a jersey for every Blackhawks player ever.
Ooh.
He kind of splurged when he became a fan 3 years ago. And he's never been seen without his signature snapbacks.
Ooh.
Until, of course, this morning.
No.
I caught a mere glimpse of Trevor with a sad look on his face and no snapback.
No.
Surely there's no reasonable explanation. he was running late or felt like showing off his locks. No, there must be an incredible story behind this freak sighting.
Uh-oh.
So Trevor wasn't wearing a snapback. You have one sentence. What happened?
I think Billy goes first.
I go first? Okay, so here's what happened.
Is that your sentence?
No. Here's my sentence. I gotta think about this. Okay. What's his name again?
Trev.
Trev?
Yeah, Trevor. For sure.
Yeah.
Trev for short. Okay. Trev was sitting in a Taco Bell when a guy spilled his taco sauce all over him, which caused him to be possessed by a Taco Bell ghoul, which took over his body, made him a completely different person. It changed all of his lifestyle choices.
Yeah,
That is
okay.
a bit of a run-on sentence.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think it works.
Trevor would not wear a snapback, so it must have been a ghoul.
I can keep it simple. An actual Blackhawk came out of the sky and ripped it off its head.
Okay, yeah, that's situational.
An actual bird, yeah.
He's a Blackhawks fan.
Jonathan?
I think Trevor was being mind controlled.
Okay, kind of like the ghoul.
Yeah, he listened to a different podcast or a different program.
He listened to our Comic 2 show, yeah.
And within all of the jibber jabber of that one, somehow he decided that he shouldn't wear snapbacks anymore.
Okay, that was a run-on sentence.
All right.
That was an essay.
I hate to just be a neutral force, but Billy's might have been the best. You know,
I think it was
implemented
it was
Taco
good,
Bell,
yeah.
ghouls, you know,
And another story.
and a whole nother story.
And implemented the Boy Blender story.
Exactly.
I think that's
All
definitely the
right,
best
well,
one. I
thank
agree.
you. I'll take
So-
it.
So we each get 1 point.
Everybody gets 1 point.
That was
good job,
such a good
guys.
segment. Good job, everybody.
Good job, everybody.
Great first segment
Good
there.
work.
And now let's go straight to It's Not My Fault with Jonathan.
Okay, yeah, it's time for It's Not
My
Fault with Judge Jonathan Falk, where I decide which one of these boys
He makes the rules.
messed up the most this week. And this time, our special guest Jay got in on the action.
He's in the doghouse too.
Oh no.
You're not safe.
So just earlier today, actually, Billy, Jay, and Clay were going to go to the library to work on this episode. You know, we always have to work pretty hard. You know, we got a plan. So the reason why they go to the library instead of their usual spot, which is the apartment, is because Jay lost his keys to the apartment.
Typical J.
Typical Jay. And he was the only one that had a key at this point. I don't know. Clay, he just forgot his key, so, he kind of messed up too. Now,
Stolen by Blackhawk.
Billy decided that he had to get a book because he had to read up on the latest radio policies. Now, first off, who even gets a book at the IU library? I've never even heard of
No,
it.
I don't think they have books.
Do they
No,
even have books?
Yeah,
I
they don't
hear
have
it's
books.
all digital at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have a C-store with Pop-Tarts in it.
And he insisted that he find the book. He was too proud to accept the help from the librarian. So they're trying to claim a spot. And at this point, all of the spots are taken in the library, except for this one secret floor that somehow Clay heard about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to lie, this actually happened to me once before. I know about this secret floor. But
Okay.
most people don't know this, but this floor is actually illegal. And this happened to me once too. The library cops came and kicked me out of the floor. No
this is-
joke.
this
This
is real?
literally happened.
Oh, do not go to this
I was
mystery floor.
studying
It's
on
not
this
as fun as
one
it
floor,
sounds.
and the library cops came, and they were really, really.
This is a forbidden floor.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Stay away.
Stay away
This
from
is the
this
Chamber of
floor.
Some
Secrets.
Harry Potter stuff.
No, exactly. It's Chamber of Secrets.
So because of this, we didn't have time to plan for the episode. So whose fault is this?
All right, well, I'll go first real quick. So,
Okay.
you see, first of all, the main reason I wanted to go to the library, yes, I told them that it's because I wanted to read up on the radio policies. Maybe they think that's lame, but that's also because it's the only excuse I could think of, because I was trying to surprise my friends Clay and Jay for being such good friends, always being great hosts. I had a little surprise cake set up, and I wanted to, go show them. But the only problem is I go up to one of the spots where I left the cake. It was taken over by a study group. They just pigged out, ate the whole thing.
Oh.
And then the next thing you know, I get drawn into this whole secret floor thing. I didn't even want to be at the library after that. I was trying to leave as soon as I found out that, the cake was gone. But that's just why it's not my fault.
Okay, well, I didn't bring my keys on purpose because I know I wanted to show my friends this special secret floor,
Which got us
Which
in
is
trouble.
illegal.
Yeah.
Which is
Right.
illegal.
which shouldn't have happened because I thought it would be okay. Because I am a member of a secret club on campus, and our group induction was on the Forbidden Floor 4, as they call it. It is I don't need to tell you what club it is. You probably already know what club it is. Think of the most secret club at IU. That's the one it was. Yeah. It was.
Can't even think of it.
It was the entomology club. All right, we study insects. So, I thought it was really exciting. My friends love bugs. They're bug heads. They're big fans of insects. You know, I mean, I assume that's why they always have bugs crawling all over their rooms. But that's besides the point. So I wanted to take them to the Secrets Floor. So I forgot my key on purpose, so that I can induct them to the bug club. When we go up there, I find out the bugs have escaped and it is out of control. So before any of them panic and see these giant bugs roaming around, I call the campus police to safely arrest us and put us in jail when we're far away from these bugs.
Okay, maybe you could have.
That is why it is not my fault.
Okay, so as you know, Clay clearly didn't want us to get into the apartment, and I didn't have my key. I'll admit, you know, like I didn't have the key. We couldn't get into the apartment.
Yeah.
That caused
How did you lose it, by the way?
I mean, the keys. You lose keys. You know, that's just what they're there for. You lose them. So, but it's definitely not my fault this time because Clay. I have a theory that Clay, and I actually saw him do this, hid my keys because he knew that if I had my keys, I'd let us into the apartment, and he couldn't let us into Bug Club. But he really wanted to let us into Bug Club, so he hid my keys.
I get it. You want to make a bug museum, first one in America.
Okay.
He hid my keys.
Let's not talk about each other's
I didn't have
names
my
here.
keys, so it's really all this guy's fault for like leaving. I mean, he hid my keys. He didn't bring his keys, and he got us all kicked out.
The bugs probably ate the cake.
Definitely
That's true.
not my fault.
Bugs don't eat cake. The bugs eat pie.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say, Billy, I think you were just trying to, you're just trying to learn more about the radio policies. So I mean, I respect it. I mean, it's a little weird that you're looking for a book. Like, who reads books?
That was my excuse, but
Books are for nerds. Yeah.
Books are for nerds.
It's for the surprise.
And Cold One boys are not nerds, so
Cool boys are cool guys. Yeah.
we're cool guys. But Billy, it's not your fault this week.
Oh God, who's it gonna be? Yay! Oh God.
Jay, you tried to find your keys. So Jay, I'm gonna say it is not your fault.
No, it's
Clay,
my fault.
it is your fault this week. Dude, I mean, I know you got into the bug club, but like
I didn't get to the bug club. I was going to induction and the bugs went everywhere. And now I don't have any friends. I'm in jail. I'm on bug club. Great.
You're not in jail.
You
You're
got
right
to see your
here.
dad though.
I did get to see my dad. My dad is my bunkmate. And don't think he remembers me, but who cares?
It's really inconvenient. We have to travel to prison now to record.
We're filming this in prison. I'm on one of those little phones that you hold up to your ear. But my dad wants to use it, so I got to leave soon. So I got to leave before like 1 a.m. or so. So let's go straight into our slightly late next segment, which is everybody's favorite segment, Sergey's news on the 40s, which we should rechristen news on the 42s.
Yeah.
Sergey, what is going on?
Take it away.
All right, so we got some pretty new international news. So I don't know for any of you tech-savvy people out there, but the Canadian-based tech firm BlackBerry will no longer be producing its own cell phones.
All the old businessmen are crying.
I know.
Every old man is like,
Yeah.
Every old businessman has a BlackBerry and just crawling on it, walking down the street.
yeah, they're just like collectively like not cried because they're like old men. They don't cry anymore. They just go,
Yeah.
And the sad part is they actually started the smartphone industry, but the firm reported a $372 million loss in their last quarter. So now they're going to begin outsourcing their production for smartphones, and they're going to be turning to focus on new software.
what's Obama gonna do? He loves Blackberries.
Ooh, I don't know. Well,
right. Well,
that's news for 1240.
News on the 1242s or 1243s now.
Yeah, thank you, Sergey.
So Billy, I hear you have a little mystery that happened to you this week.
Yeah,
Would you like to share with us?
Yeah, it's time for McDunn's McModern McMysteries segment where I, Billy, I do a little bit of detective work, as I like to do. So today's mystery, I'm just, strolling down the street, having a good time. I'm going to Lucky Express. It's this Chinese restaurant.
It's probably the best Chinese restaurant.
It's really good. Highly recommend it.
Most authentic.
But
Bring
anyways-
money though. It's no credit cards.
Anyways, so I'm walking there, and so I'm walking through the parking lot to get there, and I see that this car pulls into one of the parking spots, and there's these giant signs everywhere that say Lucky Express customers only. So the guy pulls in, he gets out of the car, and then he starts walking in the opposite direction. He's obviously going somewhere, to some game or some other restaurant, somewhere where there's no parking. And I'm like, hey, like I'm trying to show him the sign and everything. I'm like, hey, dude, like your car's gonna get towed. I mean, you should really move it. He doesn't pay any attention to me. He calls me a half-witted dingus, fuzzball,
Yeah, he
knucklehead McSpazatron.
Get lost, nincompoop.
Yeah, nincompoop. He let me have it, man, and he just walks away, and I'm like, wow, I saw his license plate said he was from like Iowa or something. I don't know. Maybe those are terms of endearment, but I just realized like it was pretty much my duty, as you know, a detective of law. Well, not really, but you know, in my brain I am, to kind of settle this thing. I mean, I'm not that harsh. I'm not gonna say this is a huge crime, him parking in a spot he's not supposed to. But I do know I didn't want the guy to get towed, so I decided I was just gonna move his car for him. Only problem was the door was locked. Now, I was just trying to weigh my options here. I mean, not being able, if your car gets towed, you don't have access to it for like hours, maybe even days. And also like you get like $1 zillion in like fines. So I was like, okay, what's one broken window, right? I mean, what's a broken window?
Yeah.
Compared to all of
To correct your broken heart.
to all that. Exactly. Broken window, broken heart. Which one? So I decided broken window. So I smash the window, jump inside. That's when it dawns on me. He didn't leave the keys in there for me. I have no way to start
He
this
didn't leave
car.
the keys in there? I thought he would have left them
I
in
know.
there. He would have seen you and said he's going to drive my car.
Yeah,
So he said,
yeah, exactly. But he did not. So that was a really big bummer. So I was like, okay, well, good intentions, but it's all for nothing. All is lost. Pretty much what happened was I realized this car's going to get towed. He's not going to have access to his car or anything inside of it for who knows how long. That's going to be super inconvenient. And then that's when I realized I can just take his stuff, his valuables,
genius.
so that he doesn't lose it all.
What a nice guy.
So yeah, I know. So I grabbed like his wallet. I grabbed all his valuables. He had like a camera. He had a laptop. He had a bunch of great stuff. Lots of money in there. And I also like disconnected the radio from like the dashboard. Threw that in my bag. And I figured, okay, I saved this guy some trouble. I'm going to go eat my Lucky Express now. So I'm sitting there in the restaurant. I hooked up his car radio to like a battery. I tuned into 99.1 WIUX.
Ooh, probably listening to a great show.
Yeah,
It's
great.
pretty good.
Listening to some shows.
And you're protecting this guy's stuff.
Exactly. Then all of a sudden I look outside and I see this guy. He's come back to his car. And he does not look happy.
No.
He looks very upset. And he immediately calls the police. And I just felt really bad for him because like I know like some people really crack under pressure. Some people just can't take the guilt of when they commit a crime.
Cracked because he knew that he broke the law.
He broke the law. And I mean, I wasn't going to turn him in, but I guess he just felt so guilty about parking in the wrong spot. He just decided to turn himself in. And so I'm like, oh wow, that's just really sad. But
it just happens.
I mean, it happens.
So what'd you do with the list?
I don't know. I didn't see what happened with him and the police. I left at that point. I'm pretty sure that he got arrested, but that's at least what I thought. In fact, later that day, I found out that he did not get arrested. I'm not sure what went down with that police officer, but basically, this guy is still out there.
This guy could park wherever he wants.
Exactly. Now, okay, first one offense, that's fine, but now you're getting away with it. You're evading the police. This is a big crime. So if you see this guy around, make sure you tweet us, call us. Let us know on...
Apprehend him, citizen's arrest.
Apprehend him, citizen's arrest. That's my preferred technique. And
quick question, though. What did you do with the stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Just real quick.
I was just like walking with all the stuff, and I was like, wow, I can't give this back now because he's a criminal. He's probably in prison. At least that's what I thought at the time. And, I always try to do the right thing. I always try to have goodwill, and that's when I walked into a place. It actually was called Goodwill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, great. This is a place that's just for this type of thing. People are just trying to help
People
out.
like you.
They protect people's things. So I was like, oh, awesome. This can protect this guy's thing until, he does his time, gives back to the community as he should. So I give it to him. They actually paid me.
Oh, wow.
I guess there's just like a finder's.
Good Samaritan fee.
Yeah, good Samaritan fee, finder's fee for all that. So I actually made a lot of money.
Well, I'm glad something
made
good came
quite
out.
a sum. So at least that's the bright side. Bad side is there's a criminal out there. Good side is like I got a lot of money out of this ordeal.
Something good came with all the misery. Though.
Exactly. So, look out for that guy. Try and find him. Who McDone't?
Yeah, who McDone't? Citizen's arrest if you see that guy.
Exactly.
So now,
thank you very much.
Let's answer some advice questions that our beloved listeners have submitted to us. The first question
Thank you for submitting.
comes from Colin. Colin asks, what do you do when your best friend moves 10 hours away? Ugh.
Okay, so I think I have a bit of a response to this one. So, Clay might have mentioned this earlier. He definitely mentioned this earlier. Clay and I sleep in the same bed quite a bit.
Yeah, we share beds.
Clay is definitely one of my best friends.
Yeah, Jay's one of my best friends too.
So, what I would do in this situation is get a body pillow, which is a very long pillow, with
Yeah.
Clay printed on it.
Oh, and this can be
I'd
found
just put it
online.
next to me. and sleep next to it. And then Clay's always right there with me.
That's
and his
perfect.
comfort is just right there.
And you can
always.
actually purchase those. Those are part of the Boys Cold 1 Hour
Exactly.
merchandise.
I like that answer a lot. Okay, I think your best friend moves 10 hours away. Move more. Show that you don't need them. Move 10 hours the opposite direction. Okay?
Ooh, that's
Say,
good.
listen, I'm not going to be drooling over you. I'm going to go even further. Go even further. Go 11 hours. Go 20 hours the other way.
Wow.
You don't need them. Show them how little you care about them by freaking out and moving even further away when they move.
Yeah, we love you, Colin.
We love you, Colin. Which is why I decided that next year I will be attending school in Saskatchewan, Canada. But anyways, Billy, your question? Your answer?
I don't really know if I have an answer. You guys really covered it up really well. Do we have any other questions from the viewers?
Yeah, one more question.
We have one more. What's a book everyone has to read before they die?
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, well, there's this one book that I read recently, and I would definitely recommend it. You must read before you die. Just must read in general. If you're an immortal, you should still read it. I think it was called like a dictionary.
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 It's Italian.
Dictionary.
Dictionary.
It's written. One of my favorite authors, Merriam-Webster.
Oh, I love what she's done.
Yeah, no, great work. She's the author of like a couple other books, like Thesaurus and
Thesaurus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a book about
one of my
dinosaurs.
favorite books. I mean, it gets a little dry at times, but like the character development is so good.
Oh,
and I mean,
it's
sometimes the
incredible,
plot
really.
doesn't make sense because it jumps from like thing to thing, but it all comes together in the end. Really great payoff.
Yeah. I mean, a character like Aardvark develops all the way into a character like Xylophone. I don't get how that happens.
Exactly. It was so great. It was. I could talk about this all day, but I'm not going.
He's a little bit of a nerd. He loves books, as he's proved. So let's go on to a non-bookworm. Cool guy, Jonathan.
I think, what book should you read? Wow. I'm not. Oh, you know what? This is a good one. Okay, every single person before they die, they should read the user manual for their car.
Definitely.
That's
Very
very
important.
important.
That's a
Before
good
you
one.
die, you gotta know what to do when you're gonna die. When
Yeah, if you're getting a car accident, you gotta know what you do. Real quick, I have a quick. Are you finished?
I'm finished.
That was a great answer. I have a quick answer for this. Make sure next time the most important book to read is when you're updating your phone or your computer. You don't scroll to the bottom and say, I accept these conditions. Read all those conditions, okay?
Definitely.
One of the most important books going to change your life. You can die after you update your phone. Ebook, yeah. But definitely,
very interesting.
don't accept these conditions. Yeah, you read all the rules and be like, I never knew that was a rule. Okay. Great questions. Better
you all.
answers. Great listeners. Great boys. It's a pleasure as always. We barely talked about our topic for today.
But bringing that back up, so sleeping arrangements was what we talked about. We talked about some weird places that we slept at. Sergey actually, he slept on a table in our lounge last year. I remember seeing him roll over literally on a table and
He lost a bet though.
he lost a bet. He rolled over and his face landed in the recycling bin or something.
Ouch.
Yeah, he did lose a bet.
That's another story.
Speaking of losing a bet, there was another guy who had to sleep in the hallway with the lights on. 'cause
My
he lost
roommate
a
did
bet.
have to sleep in the hallway with the lights on.
Yeah. But back to the jean comforter. More important things.
Jay's
Jay.
Jean Comforter, we love it. It's really the most comfortable
It
comforter
comforts
ever.
us so
It's really
much.
cool. Everyone likes it except for one person who will go unnamed. So we decided to write a song about how much we love it. Me and Billy. Are you
Here
ready
it
for
is. It's called Jean Comforter.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hope I get it right the first time. This is literally off the top of our heads.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
We don't have the lyrics written down.
Okay, so me and Clay, we wrote the main chorus, I guess, the main line.
Yeah, and then we just
Line.
improvise
Jean
our
Comforter,
feels.
you comfort me. Jean Comforter, you comfort me endlessly.
So
That's
let's just play it.
That's what we've wrote. We're gonna
Anything else,
like
we'll wing it.
freestyle this.
Yeah.
You can freestyle at home, play
Yeah.
along, just
Don't get
make
too
up your own
crazy.
lyrics.
But your lyrics are good. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, here we
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jean Comforter, you comfort me. Jean Comforter, you comfort me endlessly. Jean Comforter, you comfort me. Jean Comforter, you comfort me constantly. I got a jean leather jacket. I got some jean hot sauce and a jean jacket. Got a jean shirt. Got some jean pants. Got a jean jean sword, I got a jean lance, I got a jean belt, jean purses,
Jean
I learned some jean spell, I learned some jean curses, jean hat, jean bag, got myself a jean do-rag, I got a jean comforter, you comfort me, jean comforter, you comfort me endlessly, jean comforter, you comfort me, jean comforter, you comfort me constantly.
I've got a jean paper with all sorts of jean ends. I'm hanging out with all of my jean friends. I've got a jean laptop and a jean cell phone. I've even got a jean trophy that I own. I've got a jean barn and a jean stable. I need to switch to jean cable. I've got a jean comforter.
You comfort me, jean comforter, you comfort me endlessly, jean comforter, you comfort me, jean comforter, you comfort me constantly. I got a jean comforter, you comfort me, jean comforter, you comfort me endlessly, jean comforter, you comfort me, jean comforter, you comfort me endlessly. I got jeans. All right, good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening
We're a
to
little bit
another
over time.
episode.
We hope you had a
of
great
The
day,
Boys
no matter what
Cold
happened.
One.
No matter if you didn't submit your assignment until 11:59 and it was due at 12, you still did it.
That's true.
We love you. Sweet dreams.
Thank you all so much for listening.
Yep.
Tune in next week.
Can't wait to hear you next week. Goodbye. Don't miss us too much.